Bullet Train Explosion was released in 2025. This is a Japanese film, and as soon as I read the description, I thought, well, it kind of sounds a little bit like Speed, and Speed is a very good film, so let's give it a watch. Honestly, it's not very good, and there are a couple of reasons for that. Basically, it's obviously set on a bullet train, which is great. I love the setting; it works really well. The bullet trains are so beautiful; they're so gorgeous. I've never been on one. I've never been to Japan, but they look beautiful. And somebody has planted a bomb on the train, and it has to keep up at a certain speed, otherwise it'll go off. Pretty basic premise in general. There are a few other things happening. I won't go into too much detail, but in general, the concept is pretty decent. But that's where it kind of falls apart. I feel like after we establish the narrative, it should become more action-packed, it should be more thrilling, it should be exciting, and for the bulk of the film, nothing happens. And the passengers, maybe this is just how I would respond, but the passengers often seem a lot calmer than I would have expected, and there are times when the passengers are just being really noisy, and I don't know if they were trying to use noise to make it seem very busy and chaotic, but it was just loud and irritating, and I didn't really care for any of the passengers, and not a lot happens, so it doesn't really have a lot to offer. The pacing is quite slow as well. I never felt like we were on a speeding train. It just never felt like that for the most part. So the action was slow, the actual movement was slow, and a lot of the passengers are just kind of irritating, and I really didn't enjoy it. Visually, it's quite impressive. As I said, the bullet looks great. I think they made a decent use of the space. Obviously, a lot of this is set on the train, and I think as a setting, it did work well. They did do a pretty decent job with that, so I can't complain there. But in terms of the narrative, it's very slow, there's not a lot of action, the characters are not that interesting, I never really cared about any individual. I wouldn't say I outright disliked anybody. I wasn't hoping anybody in particular got hurt or anything, but I certainly wasn't that bothered about any of them. So it just doesn't really tick any boxes beyond visually being a little appealing in places, and the concept is good, but the execution is just very slow, not that good at all. Do I recommend it? If it really, really sounds like your kind of film, if you read the description and think, I could love that, give it a go. You might enjoy bits of it. That was my response when I read it. I thought, well, Speed's great, and I could really thoroughly like this. I love films set on trains as well. I love trains. So there were enough elements that made me think, yeah, this could be a brilliant experience. Unfortunately, I was disappointed. But if you're curious, check it out. I guess I'd say it's watchable. It's watchable, but not necessarily enjoyable. So if you're curious, check it out. It's not too bad in that regard, but I didn't enjoy it. I watched it, I could sit through it. It wasn't a tedious experience, but neither was it an enjoyable experience. Unless you're really, really curious, I'd say it's probably not worth watching.